Yo, what's up? Welcome to the Three Hole Podcast. I'm Randy.
And I'm Ronnie.
We talk shit.
And you listen.
Damn right. What's going on, everybody?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Doing the podcast on a Saturday, so, gotta have a little drink, enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. We drink every day on this podcast. That's what we do.
Well, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, every day.
So, if you watched the last episode, we actually had some neighbors. It was pretty crazy. We actually had some neighbors that were had some issues, had to call 911. We had the cops, we had the ambulance, we had the firefighters out. So it just got us thinking about crazy stories that have happened on our job and we have a lot of shit that happens, as a firefighter, as a police officer. So
there was
we're just talking about a bunch of crap and a lot of interesting things to talk about.
I got a lot. This didn't happen on the job, but it happened probably either a year after I started or 2 years after I started. You weren't home, I don't think, but there was a homeless guy that broke into our neighbor's house. The ones that never home.
Yep.
Broke into the neighbor's house and he was pissing in the pool. Don't know why. But anyways, Dad was outside and he's like, what the hell? This guy's just pissing in the pool. So anyways, someone across from the street was walking down and my dad was like, hey, let's go figure this out. Let's get this guy out of here because he's breaking and entering. So I'm gonna do that. So
thanks.
I guess the guy was giving Dad issues and the other guy issues. So Dad was like, all right, let me just get, Randy, because he's a cop. And he has a badge. So he comes in, he's like, hey man, I need mom comes in, she goes, Dad needs help. I went, with what? There's a guy out there and they're gonna beat him up. So my first thing, all right, I'm grabbing my gun.
There's a guy out there.
Yeah, I was like, all right. So I'm grabbing my gun and I'm heading out over there. And the first thing I do is make sure Dad and the other guy was okay. So I looked at them and they had this guy in a triangle basically. The guy was on this side, not Dad and the neighbor wasn't letting him go. So it was Dad, the neighbor, the guy, and the guy couldn't go nowhere. And so the guy looks at me, he's like, hey man, he starts coming towards me.
He's like, please help!
Yeah, he starts coming towards me with his hands in his jacket, and I'm like, I pulled my gun instantly, and I was like, yo, get on the fucking ground, why no?
Spread your shit!
Yeah, I was like, get your hands!
Superman, spread your shit!
Spread your shit, bitch!
Pussies on the pavement, fellas!
Pussies on the pavement, fellas! Pussies on the... No, I pulled out my gun, I told him to get on the ground, and he basically pissed his pants. He's like, okay! He was pissing his pants.
What's up behind him?
Dude, yeah, I got him on the ground. We didn't call the cops on him. We just told him to get the fuck out and hopefully never see him again. We did not see him. We lived there for how long?
Is that the same guy that kicked in his ass? Thought to get the fuck out of here, and he kicked him in his ass.
Kicked him in his ass. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
That was a good story. Let's see. There was I've had to deal with. I don't know if you had to deal with one yet, but I've dealt with several dead bodies.
Yep.
There was a guy that was literally bleeding out of his asshole one time, his intestines and everything. I have a picture of it. But dude, it was just the whole cell was covered in blood.
Just explode from his asshole?
Yeah, something happened. I don't know what exactly happened, but
he's trying to put something up there and it didn't work.
Oh, dude, it went everywhere. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't want to know, but I just know it was a toxic. It wasn't blood. It was dark. It looked like blood, but it was just stuff inside of it. Oh, dude, that was so gross. Dude, there's so many stories, but
stuff inside of it, was it little black dots?
Bubbles almost.
Yeah, that's probably a lower GI bleed, or
my guess. He probably something burst inside his septic.
No, not necessarily. Did he have a temperature? Did you guys have to check him out? You just brought him to the nurse.
That's a nurse. I don't do that shit.
I don't know if you guys.
He's like, hey man, you're good. Wipe off.
So usually dark. Actually, I think it's an upper GI bleed. Usually dark, tarry, kind of stuff, black shit, in your. With blood.
Yeah, it's kind of blackish, yeah.
Yeah, black blood. That is upper GI bleed.
Oh yeah, so it went through his asshole.
Gastrointestinal bleed, yeah. That's what happens. You bleed out of your ass, yeah.
No, another crazy. We had I was on shift, but we almost got called in to help out. was when our jail exploded, and it was a few years ago. I think it was right before COVID. Our jail exploded, and
it exploded. What do you mean?
Yeah, the AC vent.
The HVAC system just exploded.
It exploded, and the whole jail covered in smokes, flames, and they had so basically what it is worry about us, and of course we got to worry about the inmates, because care, custody, and control. It's stupid, but it is what it is. So we care about them too, so we make sure they're good. But unfortunately, they can't go anywhere. They can't go anywhere, so we have to make sure that they're okay. We put them all in like the rec yard, basically all like hundreds of them. So we don't care if they fight, die. We just got to make sure that the fire's under control, and then we'll deal with all the deaths or whatever later. So
I'm assuming you guys have to call the firefighters?
Yeah, they came out. We try to get it just in control.
Is that City of Fort Myers came out?
Yeah, Fort Myers is right there. So they literally just come down.
The city, yeah.
Yeah, and they just come down. But we try to get everything under control as best we can do because we don't know shit. We barely get trained for it. And then they're like, all right, man, you guys go, and we'll take care of this.
You're like, fire! Help!
Dude, people,
help me, Tom Cruise!
Dude, it was so bad because we only, during the academy, we only get, it's like a whole week of training of learning the scubas. And,
that's CBAs.
CBAs, yeah. We call them just scubas. We
no scuba for you today.
Yeah. so we only get like a week's worth of that training. So we don't know, how to do it. Dude, people were turning it on and like just unleashing the whole oxygen, so they only get like 20 minutes worth instead of a full tank of a full tank if you're doing it right, because it lasts hours.
So your guys' bottles are different than ours, so how do they teach you guys how to do it?
I know you turn on the tank, and then you have the breathing apparatus thing, and you take one little and to get it going, I guess.
Okay.
And then that's it. But people were turning it all the way on because you don't need to turn it all the way on, I guess.
So not for us. So for us, you have to turn it all the way on, because if you don't, like, let's say you have it like a quarter or even like a half turn, and let's say you hit something, like when you're crawling around on the floor, because we have to rescue victims, potentially we have to bring hoses on the floor, we have to stay under, like we're in a house full of fire, so we have to stay under the smoke, because the higher you're up, heat rises, so it gets hotter as you go up. So like you have to stay low, and you could potentially hit your bottle on something and it could turn it off.
Oh shit.
And then you're fucked. We turn it all the way.
Yeah, we don't
and
that.
We have what's different from ours too is that on our mask we have what we call a purge valve. So right on the side, actually it's the right side, right on the right side there's a red valve that if you turn it, it just free flows. Like, so what your guys are doing is just free flowing. Ours, it doesn't flow, like it's positive pressure, so it's positive pressure inside the mask, but it doesn't flow unless you're taking a breath. So like when you breathe in, it opens and it goes, and then it stops.
Okay.
So you can essentially, I can go and just hold my breath and nothing's gonna come until I take another breath.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No.
So you can preserve your air really easy, because
people are going through your tanks within like 20 minutes.
So don't get me wrong. Now our tanks, they're 4,500 psi. They're lasted for 45 minutes, but essentially if you're working, you're getting like 30.
Oh, you're getting like
25 minutes, 30 minutes if you're good.
That's crazy.
And if you're working,
it should be longer though.
If you're working really hard, well, it's just because you're consuming more oxygen to work harder. So like we have all that gear on, we have all the tools. So like when you go into a house, if you don't have the hose, you have the tools.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the tools, you're helping the guy with the hose throw the hose into the house.
That makes sense.
So, and this hose is not like light. Like you can't be a little sissy and lift this shit. Like
that's valid.
It's heavy. So like you're doing all that stuff and you're not thinking about it because you're just in the moment like, oh, we gotta go, we gotta get this fire out. Like, let's go. This is what I gotta do. This is what I gotta do. And then by the time you're done with it, you like look down. You're like, so I mean, if you're good, if you stay in shape, if you're healthy, if you're like consistently training, not necessarily in the gear, just training in general, like keeping your air up, keeping in shape, lifting weights, staying strong, it's not that bad. Like you can conserve your air, but still, it like if I go, I can use a full bottle and do a 30-minute workout that maybe has like 6 exercises in a circuit, 3 sets of a circuit, which will take me 30 minutes. So what I would do is kind of like do one exercise full out, and then kind of like try to slow it down, go to the next exercise, do whatever, slow it down, go to the next. So I'm not like killing myself, but I'm making sure I'm moving with a purpose, because like, you know, even if you're tired, like if you're trying to save somebody, you're going to save somebody. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm tired.
No,
you know?
you got to, yeah.
So you got to be ready for that. So I try to push it as much as possible without fucking destroying myself. But yeah, that's what we've done. So it's crazy to have all that on and like do all that stuff. You just run out of air a lot quicker than you would think.
Yeah. And to be honest, a lot of people don't know, but for our trainings, like throughout the year for cops trainings, we actually get like really, really good trainings. I know back when I started, it wasn't as good as it is now, because everything flipped, you know, the world, because I started in 2016. So everything like flipped, man. Before our trainings, dude, they would literally blindfold us and didn't tell us the scenario. They would blindfold us and like basically kick us in our ass and say go. And then they would
do what?
They would unblindfold us, and then there would be a guy.
Shoot only the bad guys.
You have to choose. You know what I mean? Not to do nothing. Use your gun or taser, but it would be fake taser, fake gun, and fake OC spray.
So like best case, like
they want you to get,
worst case scenarios, but how are you going to react?
Yeah, they want you to get stressed and to react. So they would blindfold us, and I remember one was a guy. He had a knife, and he was pacing back and forth. There was a guy dead on the ground. Guy dead on the ground, and then he looked up, and then he seen me, and then there was no talking. All I said was, "Yo, put your knife down." And he started coming towards me. Instant gun, boom, 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 dead, dead, and then
headshot, dead.
And then they're like, "All right, what do you do now?" I was like, "I don't fucking know, he's dead." They're like, "You have to render aid. You have to render aid." Like,
yeah, right, yeah.
No, dude, but now
you gotta keep them alive.
Yeah, you gotta keep them alive. The guy that just tried to kill you.
The guy that just tried to shoot you in the face. Yeah, you gotta keep them alive.
But now they do really good trainings for a lot of people that don't know the reason why. Oh, well, why don't you shoot him in the leg to stop him, or why don't you shoot him in the arm to stop him? To make him put his knife down. Trust me, there's a lot to it. Different counties and different states have their own statutes for it.
Right.
But for us, for Lee County, it's center mass. If there is a live subject with a gun or a knife and he's potentially trying to kill you, we go for center mass, no matter what. Center mass to the head. We have to put that down, and we shoot. That's why why do you shoot 35 bullets? 35 rounds. We shoot to kill. Unfortunately, like that's how they say you shoot until the target is down and not moving.
Yeah.
So that's.
The reality is it's your life or theirs, because I mean it's either are you going home or are they going home. And if they want to put your life in danger, you have to protect yourself. So.
Yeah, we do really good trainings on that. Like they do have people like that come at us, and there's certain ones that just ball their fists, come out.
Like when they do the pepper spray, and you're like, back up.
Oh, dude, that shit was ass.
So stupid.
No, but no.
Dude, they let people wear goggles for that shit now?
Yeah.
It's like little homos.
Yeah, because it COVID and...
No, the thing is, though, like, I was there for fire school, and those guys didn't get to use it. And then it was literally when I went into EMT school the next semester, so 2023.
Oh my god.
They started allowing
I think probably someone had a reaction and like, I can't do this no more. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what happens when you have to fucking spray it?
To be honest, I work in the jail. We do with OC spray all the time, and it's something that you do get used to. But dude, if you spray someone,
you're gonna feel it.
You're gonna get residue everywhere. So you can wipe your hand and be like, ah, fuck.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops. What's gonna happen when you have to spray them and they're still?
What if you got a piss on accident? You forget to wash your hands.
Dude, I tell you, don't touch your dick.
Ever fucking put icy hot on your groin on accident or your balls?
Don't touch your dick.
No. Don't do it.
No, but for back to the
let it drip dry.
Yeah, let it
shake it out.
No, back to the shooting though. Like as far as a threat, if you don't want to shoot him in the leg, or the arm, to put him down and you can arrest him then. No, the guy still is breathing. If he's actively trying to kill me, the guy's still breathing and he still wants to kill me, and he's just going to be more agitated.
And especially if you already shot him.
Yeah, especially if I shot him in the leg to put him down.
Yeah,
he's gonna pick up his gun again
and try to shoot you.
By the way, all that adrenaline, believe me, you can still walk and you can still talk. They tell us all the time. Yeah, they tell us all the time because sometimes we have to do trainings on. We get shot in the left hand, so they tape our left hands to us, and we still got to actively use it. Like, oh, this is how it is. So we still have to use it.
But so if your left hand was messed up when you shoot with
we switch. Yeah, they make us
practice doing one hand or whatever.
Yeah, they make us switch. So we use both our hands. Yeah, No, but So you always go for center mass. Well, for our county, that's what our county wants. You shoot until that threat's no more. That's what they say, and it's crazy, but you got to make sure that you're trying to go home. And unfortunately, most of our shoots, we don't have much here in Florida, but most of them are good. They're good shoots, and people are like, oh, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Trust me, if you're in our shoes, you would do the same thing.
No, 100%.
You would do the same thing. You're not going to shoot in the leg, and then you get shot. Be like, oh man, I guess I'm dead.
So before we move on, I'll tell you a story that I had. We got a call to a traumatic injury. And the details, I always show you the details when you go to these calls, because I know you don't get to see this. They show you what's going on with the call, whatever the dispatcher's saying, they put it into the system and you can see it, right? So the caller says, first just traumatic injury and no data, just traumatic injury, male, older male, 70.
Okay.
And then halfway to the call, it's update, GSW to the chest, well, that's fucking way different.
GSW to the chest?
Yeah, GSW to the chest.
It's like an open...
It's a gunshot wound. GSW is gunshot wound. So, then we get another update. Wife says husband did something bad. There's blood everywhere. That doesn't sound right. What do you mean husband did something bad?
Bad, man.
I don't know what's going on there. So we get there, this lady's hysterically crying, my captain goes to talk to her. We go to look at this guy. He's literally he's fucking like this. It looked like he was sitting outside, in a lounge chair, looking over, the canal, or what, yeah, I think it's a canal because it leads to the ocean. So yeah, he was looking at his canal, and chilling in his lawn chair. But it looked like he was sleeping, dude. This dude was gone. Fucking gone.
Fetty.
Didn't just happen.
The Fetty get you.
So, then we get up close. Fucking specific burn hole around the shirt, burn hole on the chest, gunshot wound. No more blood's coming out. This dude was dead. He was cold. He was rigor, stiff. I don't know if you touched a dead body before, but when you feel them, they don't have pliable skin. Their skin doesn't go in. It's hard.
No,
it's weird, leathery. Yeah, because they don't have no blood going through no more. It's done. The heart's done. Yeah, so it's hard as shit, right? So we did that. That was hard. Man. His jaw was open. It was fixed. You couldn't even move it. His eyeballs were fixed. Yeah, everything. He was bed for a while. And I guess my captain had asked, hey,
a few hours.
It had to be at least an hour or two,
weird.
Bro. Yeah. So oh, what happened? And apparently she told him that she makes rosaries.
Okay.
So, rosary business. So, apparently he went outside to smoke a cigarette. First of all, there's no cigarettes around him or lighter or anything. Just a gun off to the side. And it was laying, so, I don't know how many people are left-handed, but the gun was over here, facing this way, and it's the gunshot wound was here, so it's that's how you're going to shoot yourself?
No,
not like this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even if you're a lefty, are you going to reach around to shoot your heart right there? That's just kind of weird. But, so she's yeah, we heard him go out. I heard him go outside. He said he's going to have a cigarette, da-da-da. Then I heard a gunshot, and I came down to see what was going on. And he was so how long ago was this? And she's 10 minutes ago. Bitch, he's been dead for a while. He's rigor, he's cold. No fucking way.
10 minutes ago?
So, we're all okay. Then, apparently the paramedics brought her in the ambulance, and she was saying something to the effect of, she was being happy, and then, crying hysterically and then like being like normal and like answering questions and then crying hysterically again.
That's
like,
weird.
That's fucking
weird.
weird, lady. You're
That's
creeping me out. We all get back like because like as firefighters we don't have to deal with that. Like that's a crime scene. There's nothing we can do. All we do is assist help for the EMS crew to get them to the hospital.
Yeah.
We don't really save lives in the field. We prolong them. That's it. Yeah, we're just getting into the real care because we can only see so much.
Or was this your ENT?
No, this was fire. This was at Sanibel. Yeah. I was at Sanibel when this happened.
Okay.
Yeah, this was like a year into work. Working on the job. But yeah, when the paramedics got back to the station, they're like, they came in the first thing the paramedics said was like, bro, she definitely had to kill her.
Oh, 100%.
I was like, you think so? Because we were contemplating it, like, I don't know, it's weird. And my captain was like, yeah, she was acting really weird, man.
The girl's name? I can look her up.
I don't remember, man. And obviously, I'm not going to say it on here.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't. But still, it's like, I really don't remember. But it was like, holy shit. Like, I'm a firefighter, man. What am I doing? It's crazy.
Dude.
So, yeah, you see some crazy shit, man. So that was one of the crazier things I've seen on the job. I've seen somebody basically cut almost their whole hand like in half with a fishing knife.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. He was like this. He was like trying to get him off the boat. He was like, like.
He didn't mean to.
No, So they were riding on the boat, like, and obviously if you're out, like it's gonna be
rocky.
Yeah, and I guess he was trying to fillet a fish that I just caught. They caught a couple big fish.
That makes sense.
And it just like, bro, just wait. Like, put him in the cooler. Fucking wait. Crazy, bro. So I'm assuming that he's done it a million times and it was just like, oh, whatever. And I fucking missed.
Hand wide open, huh?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah. I've seen worse, but it wasn't good.
I seen someone swallow a razor blade at the jail one time and it got stuck in his throat, so he had to go to the hospital.
A razor blade?
Yeah, and they almost dropped it when they were taking it out. So if they dropped it, he would have died. But they got it. They like dropped it and snagged it at the same time.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Scared you.
Yeah, that was crazy. That guy swallowed a razor blade. I don't know how he got it. I think what it is because we let them use the electric shavers. I think he just popped it and grabbed one of the blades inside. So
this kind of brings us into our heavy-hitting hot topics.
Yep, heavy-hitting hot topics.
So I'm adding one. We had a couple to talk about. I'm adding one just because we're talking about funny things on the job. Do you remember? Josh Deering showed me this. Do you remember the cop? I forgot where it was. The acorn dropping.
Oh yeah,
bro.
Oh, man.
So anybody who hasn't seen this has got to go watch it, man. This guy like had a. I don't know if he got fired or retired, but I would have retired right away.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Fuck this. This is terrible. So I forgot where they were. It's a guy cop. He stops somebody. He has a partner. I don't know if the partner's with him. I think she's in a different cruiser, right? I think it was two separate cruisers, but they were solo. Mm-hmm. That's kind of weird. Everybody ride solo?
No, yeah.
That's how it goes usually?
Yeah,
okay.
ride solos.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
So he searches this person, handcuffs him, puts him in the back of his cruiser. And then an acorn falls from a tree after he already does his search and everything. An acorn falls from a tree, hits the car, and it sounded similar. If you listen to it, it's not, but it sounds similar to a gunshot. So this guy, shots fired, freaks out, does like 3. I don't even know, like barrel rolls, but like...
He thinks he got hit because the acorn hit him.
Oh, that's right, I'm hit,
yeah,
that's right, he does say that, yes, my bad, yeah, he does say that. I'm hit,
and he falls to the ground like, ugh!
Well, first he did like 3 like combat rolls.
Yeah, I don't know.
He did like 3 combat rolls, turned around and unloaded a clip in his car, and then rolled again, I'm hit. Yeah. And the best part is, the girl cop, like, oh, I got his back, like...
Yeah, like
she turns around, running over there and starts peppering his car with gunshots. Nobody's out of the car. You can only imagine what the fuck this guy's doing in the back. Like, oh my god, in the
back. No, he's handcuffed. So he's sitting he's handcuffed, so he's just sitting there eating them.
So just imagine that, and then. So I know he's done.
Oh,
she didn't have leave for long because obviously like
It wasn't her fault.
You
Yeah.
kind of fucked her. Like,
It was
you're
that
firing
guy's
shots
fault.
and she shit her pants. Yeah.
It's that guy's fault. 100%. I believe
Dude,
he did
you
retire.
can never walk. Acorn! Yo, shot. It's like
He
you
did
can
retire.
never.
I think he did retire.
He had to have retired.
I don't
bro,
think he
right
got
away.
in trouble because
I can guarantee you if nobody got hurt, he might get in trouble.
sued.
But I can guarantee you got sued. Yeah,
Oh,
I got the
100%.
fucking pantsuit
I
on.
don't think he got
That
in
dude,
trouble.
when that dude had nothing, was about to go to jail, but they didn't have nothing on him. Like, he didn't have no drugs. That's why it was kind of weird that he was handcuffed, because they didn't really have any actual charges on him. So, since they had no charge on him, should have just let him fucking go anyways. But at the same time, like, this guy, like, he's like, okay, I'm fucking arrested back here. Woo, millionaire.
Dude.
Like, they fucking pay me.
That just goes to show, though, like, as I was talking about, what I was talking about with her trainings, I think every cop should be a CO first, a correctional officer, and then transition into a road officer. I don't think they should just hire a road officer.
If you already have road officers. If you have enough road officers.
Yeah, because honestly, our main job is to watch people, talk to people, talk down to them, talk up to them, read them. We do everything and anything about people. So,
For sure.
then, dude, we could be like, because there's sometimes where people go to an autistic kid and they're like, oh, let me see your hands, and that kid's just like, yeah, being crazy, and then they tase him for no reason. But if you know that from the jail, that kid's like, oh, his sensory's a little bit heightened, so let's talk to him a little bit more kiddish, or see what he likes,
Yeah.
There's different scenarios where we go to, but that just goes to show he didn't have the qualified training, and he thinks he got hit, but it was an acorn, and damn well a gunshot is louder. You've been to a gun range.
Yeah, come on, dude. That just shows that he's getting nothing of training.
No,
and not taking the job seriously,
Nope.
and then just shit his absolute pants. Okay, even if you get shot, bro, you can't shit your fucking pants. You gotta learn to turn around and see what the fuck happened. If someone was really shooting him, he was dead. 3 fucking barrels after you got hit. What are you doing, bro? You're not even. He was doing it the opposite way, away from the perpetrator.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
This stupid.
So, okay, it's a hot topic, and you kind of voiced your opinion. Would you have, if you were the guy in charge, would you have fired him? You're done. Or would you have, now you have a desk job until you get this fucking training and prove yourself? Or how would you go about it?
He probably, what I would have said, he probably got 2 options. 1, you retire right now, you don't get in trouble. Or 2, you go to IA and you get really in trouble. That's probably what happened, honestly. And he was like, fuck it, I'm retiring.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I can't even walk around the station no more. I'm fucking good.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Either 1, you go to IA and it's going to
Shots fired.
Yeah, or 2, it's still going to go bad. But
his whole
retired.
fucking career, man. If he's staying there, it's done.
Done.
Fucking done.
Nah, that's probably what I would have did those.
Alright, so next hot topic. Everybody's been talking about these next 2 things, so I just want to touch up on them because a couple of them were kind of weird. Yeah, around the world. So the first one's the fog. Did you see that shit?
The fog.
Kind of going towards New Year's, in Christmas week and going into the weekend after Christmas. There's this weird fog rolling in. People didn't seem it was a little more dense. It was usually fog is almost rainy type weather, where when you pass through it with your car and your windshield, you're kind of getting the mist on your window, and you got to kind of turn the defrost on. It wasn't the same, and people were saying it was kind of weird. We'll show a video on our clips. We have a video to show. We would love to show it in the live right now, which we will eventually do that. We'll get there, but we gotta wait for some equipment to come in. But what do you think about that? Do you think that's do you think it was legit fog, or do you think it was something was going on? What the fuck?
I thought personally, so I was scrolling through TikTok that night of New Year's, and I seen a video. So I thought it was just the New Year's, but I guess it happened throughout the week.
It was right after Christmas to New Year's Eve.
Okay, so I know a couple of years ago on July 4th, everybody was shooting off fireworks,
and it was crazy.
I knew.
I remember that.
Yeah, I knew that because I worked that night and I had to drive home that morning, and it was the same type of fog that I was getting. Dude, I had to go 5 miles per hour from Fort Myers to home, and it literally took me almost an hour and a half because I had to drive 5 with the windows rolled down and looking out because I couldn't see nothing.
Holy
nothing.
Shit.
No lights, no cars.
Yeah, and people don't understand when you turn something bright light like if you turn your brights on and that
No,
shit, you
worse.
can't use worse.
Worse.
People don't understand, man.
Might as well just
I
turn your
understand
lights
that
off.
because when you have like heavy smoke, we have these like super fucking awesome lights. Like I got it. Chris Burns actually got it.
Through it.
You can't see through it. If you get down under it, you can see like right in front of you.
Mm.
But if you shine that shit into the fog, you might as well close your eyes. Like,
But no,
it's stupid.
The fog. So it was like the same type of fog.
And I said fog, I meant smoke.
Yeah, smoke. It was like the same type of fog from a couple years ago. So personally, I think it was just from everybody shooting the fireworks off and global warming and shit. And then, and then it just got worse over time because it seemed like
over here.
it seemed like the same fog that I was driving home to a couple years ago.
So maybe, so you're thinking it might be like more firework related.
Yeah.
Or people traveling, so airplanes and shit. I don't know, man.
But a lot of people think it's like toxins or whatever I see, toxic gas.
Well, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I'm getting sick," and it wasn't until I got this. Like, I don't know, people. I feel like if it's something in the air, everybody's gonna get it. Like you know, like different things like the bubonic plague and shit like that. Like
bubonic plague.
You get that shit in the air and it's around and you fucking catch it, you're in deep shit. Like,
yeah.
That's not like this. Like I was out in it, I'm fine. You're fine.
I
like
think so.
Yeah.
They might come up with a new shot for it, the fog shot.
Yeah, this one you gotta shove up your rectum,
you know?
though.
Yeah, you gotta shoot up your asshole or something. Yeah, and then everybody's gonna take it and then die from it too.
Yeah,
so.
Well, because it directly absorbs in your asshole.
Yeah, this one I say, it's like, dude, if you're like 23 and older, you'll die. Or it's like babies and old people or people with.
All right, next hot topic everybody's been talking about is these drone sightings that everybody's been seeing.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about those? So, like, it's like you see these drones, like you see these weird videos, like. I don't know, man. It seems like not really sure what to think about these things. Like they're like sometimes it seems like this could just be like some military experiment. Sometimes it's like, dude, these things are like flying fast as fuck, like faster than like a regular drone.
You talking about
like,
the ones from like that we're seeing like in Georgia and stuff like that?
Yeah, like you see all these videos and they have these weird lights and they're fucking from there to there in like seconds.
So what are you saying? It's either military, government, or aliens?
Alright, so if we're going to talk it that way, we got to go into our dugout debates.
Time for a dugout debate.
Dugout debates.
Dugout debates.
So the debate would be, I guess we could put it this way. Are the drones, do you believe that the drones are from our own military, something that we're doing, something that we're using, something that like hasn't been really told to us, or is it like not from Earth? It's like alien, which is extraterrestrial, which is not from Earth. So
yeah.
Is it alien? Is it not from here? Like what do you think it is?
There's a lot of AI stuff going on right now in the world.
Anal probings.
AI, and people could just make these videos up and then it goes on the news. But, dude, there's so much. We don't know. We only sit on this earth. And there's so much going on outside the world that we don't know about. You know, I'm a believer in Christ, so I talked about the Bible. I know a little bit about the Bible, but he says in the Bible that there's definitely extra, well-beings on the outside. It's not just us. It's not just us.
Right.
You know. So I honestly think who knows, man? I think it could be. It could be aliens. I know there is. I don't know about any government official like drones that was going on around that time, but it could be, dude. It could be aliens. They're just like saying hi and bye.
I mean, it could be. My thought is that the government's always doing some weird shit, and even if it is not us and it's alien related, I feel like our government knows about whatever the fuck is going on. Like, they don't give a fuck if we know or not. They're super weird. They keep a lot of shit to themselves. I feel like it's something they're doing or they know about it, even if it's not something they're doing. Like, it's definitely known, like, this shit is weird. Like, shit that's going on is super weird.
Think so?
I don't know, man. I just feel like it's weird. I feel like our government knows a lot more than they let them. Like Trump talked about that he's going to release these JFK files when he comes in. He's going to release things about aliens. So We should hear about a lot of different shit these upcoming next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. I really want to know. Are aliens fucking real? Like, do we know shit about them? Are there really UFOs? Dude, like, that is fucking wild. Like, just to even think about, like,
we'll see. I know damn well they got the cure for cancer. They just don't do it because they want to make money.
Cure for AIDS.
Cure
because
for
look
AIDS.
at Magic Johnson.
They got
a great fucking life. He's had AIDS for like fucking 40 years.
Come on. Nah, they got it all, man. They don't talk about it or give it to the poor or whatever, the middle class. So yeah, I think it's aliens. I don't know, dude.
Maybe. I mean, it could be, man. I don't know. I just think it's more than just a regular drone that people buy that's just flying around. It's some weird shit going on.
So if we're talking about aliens, what do you think about, since we're on the debates, do you think the Megalodon is still out there, man? I think personally...
That's a random debate.
I think personally the Megalodon, is still out there, dude. I think it's deep somewhere or they're holding it for, like, scientific...
Well, I can say this, is that besides space, the ocean is probably the least... Like,
no, nobody knows shit about it.
Nobody knows shit. Like, we searched, like, maybe a third of the ocean or something retarded. Like, very, very small percentage. And I think that there's definitely shit we don't see often that we don't know about. And, I mean, if sharks were there forever, like, they've been here forever in these oceans, and they just evolved, they're different, weird, and alligators have been too. It's hard to think that the biggest fucking shark ever did not survive that shit.
No
like,
way.
How did these other little booty-ass sharks survive? But this big motherfucker didn't know. And you know what he did? He went down in the ocean, in the deep, and go, I'm gonna eat these giant-ass squid, these fucking huge 1,000-pound groupers that nobody sees that just live on the bottom of the fucking ocean floor. Like,
yeah.
Can you imagine what lives down there if... Like, these huge grouper that are like 800, 900 pounds live, like, where we can catch them?
Oh,
like, why are they there?
Yeah, why?
Why are they not swimming? Why are they catching some bullshit fucking chum in the middle of the ocean, like, halfway down? Like, what are we talking about, man? That's some scary shit. What the fuck is down there?
I don't know, man. I think the Megalodon is still out there. And
I think the Megalodon will eat your asshole.
Yeah, Megalodon's massive and big as fuck. But I think it's still down there. I think it's still down there, but nah, dude, Megalodon's a beast. Megalodon's a beast. Let's go into our extra innings entertainment. Extra innings
entertainment, baby. All right. So first of all, you were talking about this theory today, and yeah. I never even thought about it before. So I think the one thing that we'll get to today is that theory. We'll save more extra inning things for another podcast, but. Tell us that theory you had on the 51st Dates, the Adam Sandler, the Drew Barrymore, that whole thing.
So I have a theory. I was watching it last night. If anybody's watched the movie 51st Dates, you got Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Adam Sandler falls in love with Drew Barrymore. She lost her memory in a car accident, and every day he tries to make her fall in love with him. And at the end, they wind up having a baby together and sailing off, in the ocean.
Right.
And he makes a take for her so she remembers him, Yep.
So
I was watching this movie called Blended. It came out a few years ago. It has Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Same people. And they both have kids. And they go on to a trip in Africa. Anyways, in 51st Dates, there was a guy, he was a little autistic, I don't know if you remember him.
He had a brain injury, the 10-second Tom guy.
Brain injury, his name was 10-second Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, and in Blended, there is a guide, so Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler went into a grocery store together with their kids, and there was a guy checking out. His name was Tom. Same actor, same character. And he goes up to the cashier and goes, "Hi, my name is Tom." And the cashier's like, "All right, hi, Tom." And he checks out. And 2 seconds later, he grabs another item and he brings it back. And he goes, "Hi, my name is Tom." And the girl's like, "What the hell?" Like, "Yeah, Tom." And he does the same thing again. He's like, "Hi, my name is Tom."
That's crazy.
And she goes, "Okay, leave." And then Adam Sandler, he looked at him and he's like, "Ha ha." And he laughed, right? And then so they check out. Anyways, my theory of this is, what if they did not work out right? Drew Barrymore starts recollecting her memory, and she falls in love with another guy because she was married to another guy in that movie. She had 2 more kids because the first one was a girl in 50 First Dates, and the first one was a boy in 50 First Dates, and she had a boy in that one, and he's a little bit older. And what if she fell in love with someone else in that 50 First Dates, and Adam Sandler was like, oh man, like I can't, prolong this. If she wants to meet someone else, she can. Adam Sandler lost his wife due to cancer.
Yeah.
And he had 3 kids of his own. I don't know. So maybe he whatever, something happened. But he had 3 kids of his own, and they're all girls. And what happened? What if he recollects, like he realizes it, and he's paying no attention in the movie. He's paying no attention to her at all. Like he does not want to talk to her, nothing. And then he starting to talk to her and fall in love with her again. I think that the movies are blended, and he let her go. That's why it's called blended. He let her go, and because she found new love, and he had the kids or whatever. And he just said, oh, my wife has cancer. And then he met her again. He's like, fuck, I gotta do this again?
Wow!
And now she has no memory of him.
She doesn't have any memory.
She has no memory of him. And then they just start recollecting, and it's like another romance, dude. I was like, because the 10-second Tom guy's in it.
So the 10-second Tom guy, so basically she still works at the same place, still does the same thing, but now she has this life, and this is what she knows of their life, and I'm meeting this guy now. Let's hang out with him.
Wow. No idea of her other kids and everything. Because she did really good with.
Has anybody else thought of this theory?
I don't know, man.
I'd like to know anybody else who's thought of this theory. If you have it, or if you think it's valid, please write it down. We want to know. So, this is the 3-Hole Podcast. I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Randy.
We talk shit.
And you listen.
Talk to y'all soon.
We'll see you guys later. Much love.